What's going on, my Flyby family? It's your boy Izzy. Welcome if you're new. So now we have part 2 of the first take conversation that was going on. They ended up talking about the statement that was released by the WNBA about investigating the Indiana Fever fans. And I have to say, man, I have to point out that there's a major double standard going on with this, man. We are about to get all the way into it, but before we do that, y'all make sure y'all hit the thumbs up for your boy if you like the content. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We're trying to hit 24.1, so if you can help me out with that, I highly appreciate it. And don't forget to get in the comment section and let me know what y'all think about this. Let's get it.
Hey, your reaction.
So this is a reaction from last year, some of the issues that the players brought up. We are used to hearing all kinds of things under the sun when you're a professional athlete, but some things like making death threats or just wishing some things ill, players that are suffering through illness or trying to recover, like coming up and trying to ruin their mental health intentionally in a way that threatens themselves as professionals. Like the players addressed it last year, and in response on draft night, the WNBA announced that they have a task force to help, move forward with positivity when it comes to the rhetoric. And we saw when the WNBA season started, all of the teams put out these statements saying, we have no place for hate in this game. The number one thing is respect. Now it is tested, so early in the season, because what people are saying is that what was said or allegedly heard was out of bounds, and now the league, I'm happy, is investigating it as a move forward from what the issues were from last year to now better correct them moving forward. I'll lastly say this. When you see that statement about how there should be no racism, no hateful rhetoric, if you have an issue with that statement, take a look in the mirror. Why are you there? Why are you here? If you're saying, oh, well, this is not, we should all agree. This should not be a debate. And if you are a part of a group of fans where, all right, this happened in my arena, you should not want to condone that type of thing. We've seen it in all professional sports. We've seen multiple statements like this happen in different leagues. So if you see that, you should stand by it instead of criticizing it or feeling insecure about it. And I think that's the most important thing.
Before you join Monica, I just want to make clear that the context of these remarks weren't entirely clear. I just want to make sure we have that on the record as we discuss it.
Yeah, and kudos to the league, they're making a point to support and believe their players, right? We're at least going to look into it if our players said that they were uncomfortable. Look, S.A., and you've been a part of the rise of the W in the last 3 seasons or so. I really grapple with, is this the other side of the coin in terms of the attention, right? But I'm with Chiney in terms of a base level of the respect of humanity and of these athletes that are competing at a high level. I will say this, though. We have seen in the NBA guys turn to a ref and say that's out of bounds. And folks are asked to leave the arena. And so I think the respect for competition, the respect for sport, the respect for one another extends beyond the players that are on the floor. And I applaud the WNBA for taking active steps to make sure that their players feel heard and safe.
There are so many beautiful storylines happening in the WNBA. If you respect the game and you respect the players, that's our focus.
Now, I do want to say I'm not coming from a place of hate. When I show you all these things, I'm coming from a place of love, and I'm in the hopes of things will change if I'm able to show what I'm seeing. Now, yes, I agree, and I'm pretty sure most of everybody who are real basketball fans and real fans of Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever will agree also that those things are unacceptable. Those alleged things are unacceptable, right? But to question why people are questioning, or why people are asking for evidence, or why people are not so quick to just accept or believe what is being said, it's kind of crazy, especially when we look at the fan base, including myself, where we've been told we don't belong, we suck the fun out of the WNBA, we can't be a fan of Caitlin Clark if we're not a fan of everybody. You think of pitchforks when you think of the Indiana Fever fans, you're racist, right? These are the things that the Indiana Fever fans had to endure. The verbal abuse, right? The WNBA constantly trying to turn this fan base away. Everybody coming at them, coming at us. All the fan bases unite like Captain Planet, coming at one fan base, right? It's kind of hard to agree with such a statement. I mean, it make that statement dang near satire at this point, seeing how double standard it is when it comes to protecting people from hate, protecting players from hate, because Caitlyn is also getting this hate. But for some reason, every time this conversation comes about, it's about Caitlyn Clark fans doing something to another player. And it's crazy because I can find so much evidence on the internet showing that people are disrespecting and saying crazy things to Caitlyn Clark as well. But I do not agree that this fan base should just be ready to accept whatever the WNBA is saying, because the WNBA has been abusing this fan base, has been lying upon this fan base. Now I want to focus on the key statement that Chiney stated in that final little piece of the clip, and that's, if you respect the players and respect the game, that is the focus, right? That's what we're focusing on. Now I want y'all to focus on how Chiney speaks about the Indiana Fever fan base and the team. Just pay attention to her energy, okay?
But at the same time, I feel like it's just lit. Like women's basketball, the game, how far it's come, the excitement, the attention. Maybe I'll start with you, Kels, because Lord Jesus, your team and their fans,
Jesus,
they be getting up in everybody's business.
Okay, you heard that, right? You heard the energy. Listen to how she speaks about Angel Reese's fans.
It is, and you mentioned how you stand up for other people. I want you to know that we stand for you.
Thank you.
Sis, your fans, they're not to be played with.
Thank you.
We do, and we know you carry a lot of weight and you represent so much, but we love what you have brought to the game, and I feel like a lot of people on the outside are saying, oh, this person gets the credit, that person's for us. We got you,
yeah.
period,
Thank
period.
You. Thank you.
And after
So you see the difference, right? When she's speaking on the Indiana Fever, it's more of a negative, oh, your team, your fans, oh my gosh. But when she's speaking on Angel Reese's fans, it's, oh, they don't play with anybody. It gives like a negative connotation on Indiana Fever and Indiana Fever fans, and then a positive one for Angel Reese fans, Chicago Sky fans. And before we go to Monica, I want to bring up the point where Chiney was saying, you know, there's people out here wishing ill will on players, attacking mental health. Yeah, Caitlyn is going through that too, right? So let's play this.
Is it bad that I be praying that God takes away Cameron Brink's pain and gives it to Caitlyn Clark?
Now, mind you, Cameron Brink tore her ACL. And you're praying to God that happens to Caitlyn Clark? That is a sick individual. Now, when we're talking about Monica, and she's stating the respect for humanity, I don't think you should be bringing up somebody's race and stating that is the reason why Caitlyn Clark is famous. And granted, she said Angel Reese too, but if we're keeping it about the player and the game, why couldn't both of them just get credit on their game?
Why her?
Well, I was just about to say same thing for Angel Reese when I had a chance to cover their games, but I think Caitlyn represented, and again, some of this to me probably is not fair to her because it was not anything that she said or was truly based on her personality, but she was a white girl from the middle of America. And so she represented a whole lot to a lot of people, whether that is truly what she prescribed to or not. We can all say she is a dynamic basketball player and a force both on the court and the marketing sense. But I do think, same thing with folks that may have fallen in love with Angel Reese that may or may not have agreed with everything they had to say either.
And not only that, Monica, you were spotted on Get Up this morning. Now, I didn't even see this. I just saw this. You were spotted on Get Up this morning saying even more rhetoric. Let's take a listen.
You know, Greenie, I would say, I think folks that truly love the game of basketball need to be mindful. You need to respect the humanity of these women, whether you are Team Clark or Team Reese, although you can certainly be both, right? The The aftermath, the fact that the WNBA has to put out a statement because of racist comments and unsafe conditions toward Angel Reese. Like, I just want people to be mindful that whether you like it or not, anytime something happens with the two of them, one is automatically put as a victim and one is automatically put as someone who needs to be saved. When in reality, both are excellent competitors. They both said this was a basketball play. Now, Greeny, let's be honest. If this was the other way around, oh Lord, you can only imagine how the conversation would have gone.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. And when you
If it was the other way around, oh Lord, you can only imagine how the conversation would have gone. I can only imagine the other way around of somebody getting on Get Up and saying the opposite of what you just said. Allow a white man to get up on Get Up and let Angel Reese have flagrant foul Caitlin Clark. And he get up there and say, oh Lord, you can only imagine what would have been said if it was Caitlin Clark fouling Angel Reese. Why is it black and white with you? Both of you. Why is it black and white? It should just be players. That's it. WNBA players. And the fact that you all are running with this story before any evidence is presented, it makes you look even worse. The reason people aren't getting behind this is because it's like the boy that cried wolf. All these accusations, all these allegations with no evidence. They've been holding the Caitlin Clark fan base accountable, but nobody else. No player, no coach, no owner, no other fan base, no analyst, no retired player. There's a double standard that's going on with this no hate campaign. And the Caitlin Clark fan base is getting sick of it, man. Y'all let me know in the comment section, how do y'all feel about what Monica, Mcnutt, and Chiney has said in this video? Do y'all think it's a double standard going on, or do you see some fairness with the no hate campaign? Let me know in the comment section. I love y'all. Y'all keep it smooth.